is Ed Neesen. I live in Rogers, Nebraska, and our farming operation is. We're along the Platte River. We're out of the Platte River a little bit, up on the high ground, and we farm about 2,500 acres of crops, and we've got a little CRP with roads and farmsteads. We've probably got about 3,000 acres. And corn and soybeans, and I've been no-tilling for, gosh, I don't know, 20-some years. I was, well, years ago it was 30, and then we went to 15, but I went to wider equipment, and then the cost and the weight of like corn heads and stuff gets pretty heavy when you get wider. And everybody makes 20-inch row equipment, like a 15, you're a little bit limited. Of course, there are some good manufacturers of 15-inch stuff too. So, and then we can use the same planter for corn and soybeans. Back when the kids were around, we had drills and planter where I'd plant corn, and my wife and the kids would plant soybeans. But then when the kids left, we went to one bigger machine. It just went down to one. And I think the planter does a lot better job than the drills. Drills are expensive. So. We're not quite even, but we flip-flop. I did try corn after corn a couple times when I was with in the 15-inch rows, and to plant corn on corn in 15-inch rows is quite, sometimes it's really successful, and it wasn't. So then I don't want to outguess the markets as to which would be better, you know, more corn, more beans. So I can figure about half and half. We're not quite half and half. One year we got a little more corn, and then the next year a little more beans. And sometimes I do plant. This year on this new ground, it's 160. It's half beans and half corn. I think I'm going to put the whole thing to soybeans, so there'll be some beans on beans, just to get it back into one crop, so we don't have to move machinery so much.
So with most corn,
well, the 15-inch rows, we had that for about 7. If I'd have never come here, I'd have never went on 15-inch rows, and I would have never. I don't know if we'd have really got into the sprayer thing as much. We'd have, you know, I guess we're really confident after coming to some of these sessions that a sprayer is a good investment, and we'd probably pay for it whether we owned it or not through custom spraying. And then we're from Nebraska, we got a lot of wind, so you can't spray all the time. And say if you hired the co-op, they just keep spraying, and we got some places, not that we have ever had any trouble, but when the wind is blowing and there's a farmstead downwind, you don't want to do that, where the co-op would probably keep going, you know, to be better neighbors and stuff like that. Now, I realize they got insurance and stuff, but I don't want to get into insurance. So now we did buy a bigger sprayer than we probably need. But when the wind comes up, we can quit. We're more flexible. Quit and wait till the next morning or in the evening when the wind goes down. And well, we had an older one and had some problems, and they brought out a demonstrator, and it was nice and bigger and better. So my wife wanted it. She said, we're going to pay for it one way or the other, so if she wants to run it, I guess that's fine. Well, you develop, I've been coming for quite a few years, and you develop friendships from other states, stuff that are really kind of got a lot of times the same problems, but you can visit in the hallways and in between sessions, one-on-one, and you ain't afraid to tell them, well, I screwed up, I did this, and they say, well, I did the same thing, and that, where you wouldn't talk with your local neighbors because you just don't want it to go to the local coffee shop and everybody know that you did this. By talking to somebody a little further off, it's just a little more, get a little more good out of it, and the camaraderie of coming here and seeing a lot of this. And this year there's a lot of new people here, which is good, and the younger crowd, which I guess if we're going to be sustainable in agriculture, we want them to do things right. And I really believe that this is very good education, and it's kind of what you call a vacation learning experience, kind of tied it up together. And I know they got a good wife's or spouse's program here, but my wife, she goes to some of their sessions, but then she still likes to sit on the farming sessions. So